Ellie, welcome to the Bing Lounge and to Portland.
Thanks.
Really,
Thank you.
really appreciate you being here. You know, I consider Portlandia pretty savvy and savvy enough to have sold out the Doug Fir tonight for your show. Congratulations. But for those who are quickly catching up, you have a few distinctions, and I think they're really terrific. And I know, and probably in your history, this seems like light years back because it was last year. You're the only the second artist to be in Britain, the Insider's Choice for Rising Star. For this
Critics' Choice.
Critics'
Yeah.
Choice, and you've won the Critics' Choice Award at the Brit Awards. And you're a rare artist to do that. The only other one being Adele, that I understand. So congratulations. I think that's just a really great thing. And it's a wonderful entree for us here stateside. Is there a sense in the UK that you do have to sort of conquer the US? And this isn't the first time you've been here, but how do you guys over there look at it when you're thinking, oh, well, we have to go and do the tour over there? What is it?
I think it was always going to happen. I think because once we've done quite a few tours in the UK now, and kind of there's not really anything else to do. Like we've done Europe and we went to Australia briefly, and I think it was kind of always going to be the next step. And I don't know, I may as well, because I may as well come over and see if I can make a fan base over here, and it gives me a good excuse to keep coming back. So.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
How do you have to prepare when you think, oh, we're going to the United States? You have to pack differently, or besides your passport, of course.
It took me a long time to pack. It really did. I knew that I wasn't going to be able to bring that much, just for my own convenience, really. Like everything's to me is like practicality. So I was like, right, okay, I'll bring a couple of suitcases and then like a little one. And it was really difficult. And I've actually left, this sounds awful, but I've actually left things around, like in hotel rooms, just because things that I don't really need. So like people are going to be like going to the hotel room, like cleaners, whatever, finding like a pair of shoes or a t-shirt that I realised it's just, I don't really need it at all. And so that sounds terrible, but I'd like the room in my suitcase more.
Yeah. So you're simplifying as you go.
Exactly,
yeah. You've been doing music forever. You were, just a kid when you started. Does it seem like an overnight thing for you, though? We get you as a sort of an overnight feeling. Ellie's here, and who is she? Oh, yes, she's that one.
Well, I have been singing my whole life, but not professionally, and not with the intention of being a professional singer. I never was going to be a singer or anything. I resigned to the fact that I was probably going to work in the local theatre or something, just because that was my job for so long. So yeah, I didn't necessarily want to be a singer. I studied acting, but mainly because I liked the more theory side of it than the acting. So yeah, I was never going to be doing this. So I guess to me it is a bit of a surprise, but brilliant. It's fun. So.
Now you have original songs that you've created that there are all over the place. Starry-eyed, we're hearing about that all over the place. But it's interesting that you've chosen to do an Elton John cover, and I'm wondering how you chose that particular song, and did he ring you up or come to a show?
Well, I wish it was slightly more interesting than what the actual story is, because I was asked to sing that particular song for an advert in the UK, and John Lewis always have this big sort of Christmas campaign thing, and they asked if I would sing your song, and I liked the song, but it was never like one of those songs where I just kind of thought I was just in love with. But then once I'd done it, I became obsessed with Elton John, and it was like a big success in the UK, which was, it shocked me. I didn't think it was even going to chart, but then it went to number one. And he did a show at Union Chapel in Islington, which is like a beautiful chapel, and they do gigs there. And he like gave me like a shout out, some sort of shout out, saying really like it. What? I got a shout out from Elton John. It's crazy.
No, it's totally big. And I think with that, can I ask you to sing that song?
Play it.
That'd be great.
Oh, yeah.